Welcome to Marketplace with Charles. On Marketplace, we turn your dreams into reality. Marketplace is brought to you by Art of Skincare. Art of Skincare, the company that brings out the beauty in you, as well as Kuisa Lodge, situated at the heart of Mabalingo Nature Reserve, where you sleep, you dream, and wake up with a big five. If tranquility is what you're looking for, then Kuisa Lodge is the place to be. I am Charles Ngobeni. On Marketplace, we empower and equip you with tools that you need to achieve your entrepreneurial dreams. Each week, we bring you insight from experts in different fields of business, from both men and women of faith. On today's episode, we meet a young man whose business is to challenge yours to be an ever-growing business, a non-stopping business. Perpetual growth is what we are talking about today. Have you ever wondered how some people's business seem to grow and keep on growing with no stopping? Are those businesses just so lucky that they are meant to grow no matter what happens? Or do the owners of those businesses have a secret growth that is known only to them? Is it possible for your business to grow far beyond just local? Or maybe you think it is the kind of product or service that you are trading in. We have business today that are growing in unprecedented ways, regardless of their services or products that they offer. There is no limit to how big your business can grow. My guest is here to stir you up to new growth prospects. In fact, your business is limited by your own capacity. My belief in life is so simple. Employ somebody who is just as good as you are. Your business will grow to your level. But employ somebody who is more capable than you are, who is wiser than you are, who has got more potential than you have, then your business will grow to their level. That is what I call the lead factor. Well, help me welcome Richard today. Richard, welcome to Marketplace with Charles.
Thank you, Pastor Charles. Thank you for having me.
It is my honor to have such a dynamite young man sitting next to me with all the great achievement and the potential within you.
Thank you very much. I'm also honored to be part of the Marketplace.
Tell me, Richard, on a day-to-day business, when you wake up in the morning, how does your day look like? What do you do? And where are you from?
Okay, Richard is a speaker, author of 4 books currently. So every single day when I wake up, I am employed. I'm a branch manager of a big retail company. But my main focus now is on my business, Richie Communications, where we do book publishing. We focus on personal development, mastering of ceremonies, coaching, and rendering motivational talks.
You know, I am inspired that you are still employed, and yet at the same time you do something else for yourself. You know, most of the people, when they start their own business, they leave their employ. And when their business do not take off, they suffer.
True that.
They lack what I call the smooth transition from the corporate world towards your own business. And I'm so excited and delighted today that you are working for this big retail company. You have got a wealth of knowledge that you are about to unleash to our viewers.
That's true, Pastor Charles. What you're saying is, I actually believe in it. And that is the biggest mistake that a lot of people do when they think of, or when they come up with an idea, which they believe is a good idea, the first thing they think about is quitting their job, which I do not advise, because what we need from our jobs is not only a salary, it's an experience and the ways in which we can use to develop our own businesses. So if somebody is well equipped within their jobs, the risk of them failing when they go to their own businesses is low. So it's very much important, to my own belief and my understanding, that before you even think of giving your dream or your business or your idea a chance, make sure that you are well equipped and use your employment as a solution to equip you.
And now you are learning how to do business professionally at someone else's expense. If you make mistakes, you are not paying for it.
Yeah. Someone is.
Someone else is paying for you. And when you step out and do your own thing full time, you will not make mistakes anymore.
Yes. So the mistake that you can make, it will be mistakes that you can easily manage and overcome. Because a lot of businesses, you will agree with me, that have failed because of somebody made just one simple mistake. They didn't learn how to manage mistakes. So one mistake is good to get them down. But if they've been making mistakes in their own jobs, when they get to their own businesses, it's easy for them to manage those mistakes. So it's something that can look big, they can turn it into a slight mistake because they're already experienced.
Let's quickly go back to the topic of the day. Do you believe that every business has got a potential to grow?
I really believe that. Every business has got a potential to grow. I remember a business starts from an idea, and there is no such thing that is called a bad idea. Every idea that one may have, a business idea, is good. It all depends on how you manage it, how you implement it, and how you give it a chance. So if the business idea is there, and you are equipped enough to get that idea into reality, then surely enough, if you are following the right principles and the right channels, you will end up breaking through in the business industry.
Wow. But my challenge is this. I've seen a lot of businesses, especially back home in our rural areas, which were well run by an owner. Once the owner passes on, the kids fail to take this business to the next level. You know, you get a great restaurant, well run. It looks like businesses, they run or they grow much better when the vision barrier is still there. When it's no more, they die.
Collapse.
It looks like the business die with the owners. Will you agree with that? If so, what is the way that we can come out of this?
I really agree with that, because that is something that is happening. A lot of black businesses that we know or we knew then failed simply because the vision bearer didn't sell the vision to the people who were supposed to carry it forward. The person have a vision, they possess a vision, they let it be their own vision. They don't want it to materialize until it becomes a legacy. So if the person have a vision, they implemented their business, is working, the biggest investment they can do, it's not to take money and put it into the bank, because at the end of the day, when they pass on, that money is just going to be blown up. The investment that I fully believe in is to equip people who will carry on with the vision, even when the owner is no more.
So we invest more on people. In fact, people should be your greatest assets.
That's true. That's true. That's how it is. I believe that if there is one thing that you should respect the most in your business, it's not the money you're generating, because you're generating it through people. It is not the property that you have because it was made by people, but it is people themselves. So the more you give people an opportunity to take ownership of your vision, I'm telling you, there's no way your business can fail.
Do you perhaps have one example of a concept which one can utilize it in such a way that if I use that concept, maybe my business will just grow leaps and bounds?
The concept that I can give, it is similar to what I'm saying.
Okay.
That amongst all, I've seen people drawing business plans and trying by all means to implement their businesses, but they afford just a small amount of money into people And they put a lot of money, big monies, into assets and marketing and whatever the case may be. So the concept that is more important was supposed to be to build people, which they don't. At the end of the day, the business doesn't last the way the visionary wants it to last. So, for an example, let me give you an example about the taxi industry. There is one man I know back home. He had taxis, a lot of taxis. He had 2 sons. So that man didn't teach his kids to run the business. So instead, he was just giving them money like that. So those kids, those guys were never taught on how to become business people. At the end of the day, he passed on and then the business failed. Now, the business that was there, that made fortunes, is now normal because the owner is no longer there.
That's so sad.
Sad, very sad.
But looking into that, I want to believe there's a business environment where a business can thrive and grow. There are some factors that makes a business to grow. It's not all about prayer.
Yes.
Because you can pray until you are blue in your face. If you do not do what needs to be done, prayer alone will not work.
That's true.
I can sit here and pray to go back home. If I don't stand up, look around for transportation, look for favor, I'll die here.
That's true.
So prayer is a great thing, but who must do what needs to be done? These are the factors towards the business growth. I pray for my business to grow every day. You can pray as much as you want to have kids, but until you get married and do what needs to be done, you will die with no kids.
That's true.
Let's look at these factors. Let's start with time management. How important it is.
Time management is very critical in a business. Not only on business, but remember, because before we go to the business, we need to focus on the idea bearer. If I have a business idea, it means we need to focus now on me first before we focus on the business.
Yes.
So now I have to be able to discipline myself and understand how to prioritize my time so that when I go to the business, it's going to be easy for me to meet up with the deadlines of the business. Because time management is something that a lot of businesses believes in. But if you find that the person or the manager or the owner of the business does not practice that, it does not mean that the person doesn't value it. He value it, but he didn't train it by himself. So if the person practice time management from himself, then it's going to be easy to pass it through to the business. But I do agree that time management is very critical in the business, and it helps us to meet with the deadlines. We cannot prolong what needs to be done today, and we believe that it has to be done tomorrow because we fail to manage our time today. So that leaves our business now in strain.
Some people, when they work for themselves, they think they are their own boss. They wake up at their own time. They go to work at their own time, open business at their own time, and close the business at their own time. Because there's this thing, I am my own boss. I think I beg to differ. I might be having my own businesses, but there's a time when I need to wake up. There's a time when I need to go open the business. There's a time when I need to close the business. In fact, my customers, the consumers out there, they dictate to me when to wake up and when to sleep.
That's true. That's true. So it is all about self-discipline and a better understanding of what is the business industry, because other people fail to differentiate between being an entrepreneur and just being a business person.
Yes.
A business person can just do as they please, but an entrepreneur, instead of them saying, now it's time for me to close, they look into the other things that they might be doing just to grow their business. Every single minute of their time, they're thinking of how they can grow the business. It doesn't just end up on saying, no, I'm my own boss, and then I'm doing my own business, I'm doing what I want. A lot of people who does that, they don't sustain their business. Their businesses doesn't grow to the way they expect it to be.
I used to go to my own business, and I would tell myself, I am going to my own business. until I learned from my father-in-law. When he woke up, he never said he was going to his own business. He said, I am going to work. And since I've done that, whenever I wake up, I go to my own business. I'm not just going only to my own business. I am going to work. And that instills discipline.
That's true.
In me. But you have touched a little bit on prioritizing. How important is to-do list?
Everything that you can think of doing, you might find that they're important, but they're not urgent.
Okay.
So if you are prioritizing your things, whatever that you have to do for a day, there are those things that you have to start with. Mm-hmm. If you fail to prioritize your to-do list, you end up doing things that are not important in the beginning while you're supposed to finish with it. So that is a critical part of managing a business. Mm-hmm. You understand that, for an example, if I've got a restaurant and I know that I have to do my orders early in the morning so that I can get stock in the afternoon. And then I decide that, no, I will start by counting money, I will start by doing this, and then I will place the orders in the afternoon. At the end of the day, you might not have stock to trade on that day because you did not prioritize doing orders.
Yeah.
So whatever that has to be done, we need to sit down and look into the whole list and say, this I will have to do, yes, all these things I will have to do, but I must start with this, I will follow with this, and then I will end with this. Mm-hmm. So prioritizing is very much important in the business.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You know, I was once involved in another company, network marketing. You know, in network marketing, whenever we go for conferences, they tell you it's passive income, you relax, you know, you don't have to work very hard, you use others. But I think I beg to differ. I went through some of your material. You are talking of hard work and overcoming laziness. In fact, even network marketing, if you do not motivate your downline and work very hard, your network will disappear.
That's true.
Talk to me about hard work and overcoming laziness.
Hard work is the foundation of every person. Every successful person that I've come across in my life, they speak about hard work. And the reason why I also emphasize on it is because I know that it is there in the Bible. God said, you must work hard for what you desire. No matter how much we can desire something, if we don't go all out to get it, we're not going to get it. Mm-hmm. Now, if we are talking about finding methods of how we can overcome laziness, there's one thing that I've learned in my life, that what you do is a direct response to what you think. Mm-hmm. So what is in your mind, what is stored in your subconscious mind, it is what you're gonna do. So your body respond to what you teach it. The attitude you have about a job. For an example, you give an example about network marketing. People get involved in that business because they already developed an attitude to say it's an easy business. When they get there, they don't invest much of their time because they expect it to be easy. At the end of the day, when they fail, they believe that the inviter or the person who put them into the business was lying to them, while the person was telling them the truth. But the only thing that he did not do was to emphasize on the fact that you must work hard and then you must not be lazy. In any business, in anything that we want to do. In my book, I give an example about cooking pap. Pap, it's an end result. But cooking it, there's a lot of things that we need there. We need fire, we need pot, we need a lot of things. We need water and all those things. Mm-hmm. All those things mixed together makes pap. But mixing all those things together need your time, need your effort, need your strength. So it's hard work that will give the result of pap. So in each and everything that we wish to achieve, we must understand hard work is the bottom line. We have to start there.
We don't have to be fooled.
We don't have to be fooled. We don't have to be fooled. Anything that we want to achieve requires our hard work.
You plan your work and work out your plan.
That's true.
That's what you're saying basically.
Yes.
Take me through your passion and challenging yourself.
Everything that we want to do, the result of that will be determined by either we're passionate about what we're doing or not. In my life, I've tried several businesses, which I was not passionate about. I was just doing because I saw an opportunity. But once I discovered my passion, it was even easy for me to say I can be busy, I can work the whole night without sleep. I can sacrifice my sleep, sacrifice my own playing time because of my passion. And when you do that, you don't even realize that, you know what, time is ticking. You don't even realize that because you're working on your passion. At some point, when I wrote these books you're seeing here, I wrote them in 3 months. All of them, 3 of them, in 3 months they were done.
Yeah.
I work day and night. Why? Because this is something I'm passionate about. As a result to that, I'm able to bring out a good product that everyone desire because I'm following my passion. So if you're doing a business that you're not passionate about, you're guaranteed to fail. So it's important to have passion for what you're doing.
But sometimes we're too comfortable and enjoy the status quo. How can I come out? How can I rekindle that fire so that I'm not comfortable anymore?
You need to be around people who challenges you.
Okay.
The environment will determine who you're going to be in future.
The people who surrounds you.
That's the thing. So if you are in an environment of lazy people, no matter how motivated you can be, you will end up lazy. If you are surrounded by people who are success-driven, no matter how lazy you are, one day that thing is going to challenge you. You will feel that, you know what, it feels like either I have to cope with these people and learn what they're doing until I become the best, or I will end up failing.
Yes.
Because one way or the other, I've heard a lot of people saying, no, I cannot be influenced by my friends, this and that. But the reality stays that no matter what you do, whoever that is surrounding you will have a direct or indirect influence in your decision-making and in your life and in who you have to be. So your environment is the bottom line to challenge yourself. If you want to know where you want to go, that is why white people prefers to say, show me your friends, I will tell you where you're going. In friends, they are not meaning somebody whom you know. They're talking about somebody you spend a lot of your time with.
Yeah.
So if you have somebody whom you spend a lot of your time with, and you realize that this person is not helping me to grow, then it's time that you change the cycle and be with people that challenges you to grow.
If you want to be a fish, stay in a river.
That's how it is.
If you want to be a whale, you can't be a whale in a river.
Yeah.
Change your environment.
Move
to the seas. Move to the oceans.
That's how it is.
Environment has got a huge impact to who we are today.
That's the thing.
In one of your books, you speak about your dreams, your faith, and believing on yourself. How can you combine that, or how is that one of the factors?
When we're talking about having a dream, I had a chat the day before yesterday with one of the guys around me. He said to me, I am able to achieve a lot of things, but I don't have a dream. I'm just going with the flow.
Oh, wait.
I said to
set up
him,
for disaster.
Yes.
Okay.
I said to him, the only problem is that because you don't have a dream, you feel like you're on the right path. Things that you're achieving now, maybe were supposed to be things that you were supposed to achieve 10 years back if you had a dream. If you have a dream, it's easy for you to set deadlines for yourself, to say, by this time, in this year, I have to achieve these things. Ever since I had a dream, I was able to achieve a lot of things in a very short period of time because my dream kept me going. My dream motivated me to do even better. My dream made me do things that have never been done before. And then for that, on its own, I call it, I'm breaking records because I'm not in a competition with anybody else because I am following my dream.
You also speak about beating the competition. How important is that?
This is a very critical question.
Yeah. Every
single business is in competition.
Okay.
Every single business. If you are in the taxi industry, there are a lot of taxi owners. If you've got restaurant, if you are a speaker, you are an author, there's a lot of people who are in that area. So competition will come directly or indirectly. You might not be in a competition, but somebody's in a competition with you. You might sit down and say, no, I'm running in my own lane, but there is somebody who sees your lane as a competition. So you need to be able to understand that breaking records or setting records, it doesn't come from the fact that who has done what at what time. If you know what you want to achieve in life and you understand your strength, you now sit down and say, you know what, I want to do this. But when you set that target or that goal, you need to forget completely of who has ever done it, if it has ever been done or not. Somebody asked me a question when I launched 3 books recently. And
3 books in a day?
In a day, okay. 3 books were launched. Somebody asked me, but why? I've never heard of something like this. I said, because I understand that I might not be in a competition, but somebody is in a competition with me. But although I'm running my own race, I'm setting and breaking records. If there is somebody who have ever set that record before, I'm breaking it.
Yes.
That's the most important thing, that when you are overcoming competition, you need to understand that that's the bottom line. Either you want to be in a competition, either you don't want. But if you are doing something or you're in business, you are in a competitive industry. And that's going to remain like that.
We've got less than a minute now. Time flies when you're having fun.
Okay.
Take me through your books.
I've got 4 books.
Yes.
The first book, it's called Pathways to a Greater Success. Unfortunately, I don't have it here. That is the book that was launched last year. It's talking about success principles, similar to what we're discussing now.
Right.
And then the second book is called I Have Discovered a Witch.
Yeah.
Which is talking about who is the real witch that is standing before your progress. And which I believe, if I can just touch on it, I believe that the real witch that people believes that is bewitching them, it's not the one they are expecting to see. It is the one they are with. They are with where they are. I'm talking about themselves.
Yes. So you are your own witch.
You are your own witch.
Okay.
If you want to pass, it's easy. You must just study. If you fail, failure it is just a result. So if you fail, it's because you didn't do what you were supposed to do.
Yeah.
So you are your own witch. Don't go around blaming witches and whoever people that are not even existing. Now, the third book is called Women, Be Wise. This is the book that I'm talking directly to women because I believe that there's a lot of things that we men don't discuss with our women. And that is something that women wants to hear, but we don't discuss that. And there are a lot of things that women don't discuss with us. They can rather go and discuss it with other people, but not with the relevant people. So in this book, I'm addressing both issues. I wrote it actually for women, but ever since it was launched, to my surprise, a lot of men are buying it over women. So,
yeah.
Because I believe that they're doing so because of curiosity. What is this guy telling women? I believe they're doing so from that curiosity. So the last one is called The Story Behind the Glory. What I'm saying about this is that it's actually about my life. That as much as people are seeing me and say, this guy is successful, this guy is doing good, this guy is doing that, I want people to understand that it was not a smooth ride. There is a very painful story behind this glory they are seeing today. If they look at me as a role model, they must understand I had to go through a lot of things before I got to where I am. So I'm telling people of what shaped my destiny.
Finally, if someone wants to get hold of Richard Rambau, he wants you to go and speak in their conferences, he wants your books, how does he get hold of you?
Viewers can get hold of me at this number, 082 755 0703 or 072 1974 592. They can also find me at my website, www.richardrambau.co.za. I'm also available on Facebook. I go by the name of Richie Rambau, or else they can find me on my Facebook page, Richard Rambau Motivational Page.
Well, Richie, thank you for gracing our studios.
Thank you very much.
I am humbled to have you here.
I'm very much honored.
Well, viewers out there, I am Charles Ngobeni signing off on Marketplace with Charles. You can get hold of me on charlesngobeni.com or on Instagram, Charles_Ngobeni, or you can go on Facebook and like my page. I'll be happy to interact with you. You can also have this on YouTube. You can play it over and over again. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. We'll be happy to see you doing just that. Well, see you next time, and God bless you.